Hello, I'm Zachary and welcome to Posterfix. Today we will see 4 vintage posters being linen-backed and restored. 3 of these posters advertise the Dartmouth College Winter Carnival, and one of them is a poster for skiing in New Hampshire. They came to us in a roll, with this small one being the oldest and in pretty good condition. This blue lithograph has the most missing paper at the lower left edge, which will be restored. This one has a special silver ink in the top area, and small dents and kinks which will be flattened, and the edges restored as well. This last poster advertises spring skiing in New Hampshire. It's another lithograph, and it fits well into the unique collection. We are going to start linen backing with this one.
John Ryland, Scottford, Jr. Pratt.
That's probably the artist's name, Pratt. Pratt could be the name of the printer, because the artist's name is John Ayland Scottford, Jr.
Do you think it's Ayland or Ryland?
Ryland, you're right. It's an R. So, got paper missing here. Let's linen back this one first in this position. Flip it. Totally. No, just totally.
Just total. Total flip
I
out.
think it's, I'll flip it when it comes down.
Sure.
Turn to the other, no, that's good, that's good.
So I put repaste both here and the paper.
Yeah, you can.
This looks nice and thick.
It does.
Eddie is taking wheat paste and applying it directly to the acid-free paper. After applying it there, he will apply it to the poster itself, and then it will absorb the wheat paste and expand, because paper is porous. Once they have let the paste sit there for a minute, Chris will lift it up and flip it over. It is now laying in place, and it is then stretched out. At this point, there are still air pockets under the poster. Spraying distilled water on the poster helps to make the paper expand as far as it will, so that then he can take a roller and gently roll out the air pockets so that the poster hugs the acid-free backing.
I've decided I may buy some of those LED lamps so I can control the color temperature.
Interesting.
Tungsten light is so warm.
Yeah. And it's only getting warmer.
Yeah, that too.
Dartmouth College and the Winter Carnival. Some have called it the Mardi Gras of the North. I just visited Dartmouth with my parents this past February, as it is high on my list of college considerations.
Oh, sorry.
I'll be the first 23-year-old with 40 years of experience in Brooklyn.
Dartmouth College is a private Ivy League research university in Hanover, New Hampshire, United States. Established in 1769 by Eleazar Wheelock, Dartmouth is one of the 9 colonial colleges chartered before the American Revolution. Emerging into national prominence at the turn of the 20th century, Dartmouth has since been considered among the most prestigious undergraduate colleges in the United States.
This one's got a strange silver ink here, and it looks like it's applied differently. It may expand evenly or it may not. Let's see what happens as he sprays it with distilled water.
Although originally established to educate Native Americans in Christian theology and the Anglo-American way of life, the university primarily trained Congregationalists, ministers, during its early history before it gradually secularized. While Dartmouth is now a research university rather than simply an undergraduate college, it focuses on undergraduate education and continues to go by Dartmouth College to emphasize this. While linen backing, Eddie and Chris have to decide on what position to place the posters to allow for the most posters to be mounted on a single screen. This poster with the silver ink is of some concern, because it is not common and could indicate that silkscreen is being used for printing. If that were the case, it would explain why these posters were often printed in low numbers and are very rare. Winter Carnival is a long-standing tradition at Dartmouth College that was particularly famous during the 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s. The Dartmouth Outing Club, founded in 1909, organized a winter weekend field day in 1910. This was an athletic event centered on skiing, a sport which the Outing Club helped to pioneer and publicize on a national scale. In 1911, the event was named Winter Carnival. Social events were added, and women were invited to attend.
Linen backing a lot easier than we might have expected, just due to the difference in the paint that they use on the silver parts, but no complaints on my behalf.
Yeah, I was expecting the silver areas we could make it crease up with some different phenomenon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the two-sided poster.
Mm-hmm. And the World Fair.
By 1919, the emphasis had shifted to dances organized by fraternities, and National Geographic magazine referred to it as the Mardi Gras of the North.
Look at all these Dartmouth posters linen back.
The posters are linen backed, but they still have a space in the corner. So, a small Japanese game board poster from the early 20th century will be put there. We are going to let these posters dry for a few days before the restoration process begins. You don't want to miss that, so don't go away. A few days have passed and Oki is going into the poster with some archival glue to fix some air pockets that formed at the corner of this poster. The glue used is methyl cellulose. And once she has done that, Oki will start putting in the paper fills. First, by masking off the edge areas where the fills are needed. Then, using a special compound, she will fill in those areas. The compound is a mix of acid-free paper, powder, and methyl cellulose, which dries into a good paper fill. Carnival was the subject of the frothy 1939 motion picture comedy Winter Carnival, starring Anne Sheridan. Winter Carnival takes place each year on a weekend in February and includes such events as ski competitions at the Dartmouth Skiway and Oak Hill Ski Center, a polar bear swim, a cappella and jazz concerts, a human dog sled race, a drag ball, and a showing of the 1939 movie. Students build a large carnival-themed snow sculpture on the college green. The 1987 sculpture held the Guinness record for the tallest snowman. The sculpture in 2004 reflected the famous character The Cat in the Hat, in honor of the 100th birthday of Dartmouth alumni and creator of the character, Dr. Seuss. Dartmouth has a historical connection and affiliation with Lewiston-based liberal arts college, Bates College, that includes similar traditions such as the Dartmouth Challenge, dual engineering programs, campus parallels, and an athletic rivalry. The tradition of Winter Carnival is the oldest in the United States. which is followed by Bates, who founded their winter carnival 2 years after Dartmouth. The posters have been trimmed off the screen, allowing Oki to work with them more closely. She is using a mixture of gouache and acrylic paint to do the touch-up of the damaged areas. The brush she chooses to use depend on its function. Is it for large coverage or for minute detail? After 43 years of restoring vintage posters, the team of Posterfix demonstrate a dedication. Every once in a while, a poster has a color in it which is tricky to match. But Oki has many decades of experience in color mixing for art and poster restoration, and you can bet that she will get it right.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, putting a little fluorescent pink to make it purpley. It's good. Look at it. It's so intense. Several people called you genius in the comments recently. I know it's a misuse of the word, but so what? You're wearing a black shirt today. Is that one of my old shirts?
Yeah.
In the interest of full disclosure, some of today's information is coming from Wikipedia, as well as from the Dartmouth College website. Linen backing is an archival or conservation-based mounting process. It helps neutralize acids in the paper and provides a strong base on which more restoration can occur, such as paper fills. Posterfix has been in business over 43 years with customers worldwide. And now the touch-up is complete and Oki is removing the masking tape from the sides. After that, Chris will trim the edges straight. If you have any questions about the restoration of your posters, get in touch with the team at Posterfix at the email address you see on the screen. Tell Chris all about what you have for him to restore, and he will provide you with an estimate for the restoration. Well, that about wraps it up for today's episode of Posterfix. I want to thank my parents, Chris and Oki, for letting me host today's program. I also want to thank our patron for giving us the opportunity to restore these posters. I hope to see you again here at Posterfix, where we bring your vintage posters back to life.